1.1.3 On-Prem versus Cloud. We know what the cloud is, and we know why it emerged. Now we view both through contrast. The contrast that reveals meaning. Engineers don't understand the cloud by memorizing its definition. We understand it by seeing how responsibility shifts. So let's compare on-prem and cloud in the most grounded, realistic way. Not hype, not branding, but honest engineering truth. Start with on-prem. Imagine a room. You can walk into it. You can touch the equipment. Those machines run your product. Physical, finite, unforgiving. And because the infrastructure is physical, you inherit everything physical things depend on. Electricity, cooling, cables, racks, replacement parts, fire detection, access control, aging hardware, physical failure zones. When something breaks, it's your problem. When temperatures spike, it's your responsibility. When disks die, your service pays the price. And here's the important insight. None of that improves the product. It doesn't make your users happier. It doesn't make the architecture cleaner. It doesn't increase reliability. It simply takes attention. And attention in engineering is currency. Spend it poorly, and you pay with velocity. That's the hidden cost of on-prem, not the hardware invoice, the focus it steals. On-prem drags engineering downward into logistics and away from system design. And that drag matters because velocity is survival. Teams that learn slowly get overtaken by teams that learn quickly. Now shift to the cloud. There's a common belief. You lose control in the cloud. Not really. You don't lose control. You change what you control. You move from controlling hardware to controlling architecture, from reacting to failures to designing tolerance, from swapping drives to shaping fault boundaries, from waiting for procurement to planning graceful degradation, from managing metal to managing learning velocity. It's not less responsibility. It's responsibility with more leverage. On-prem responsibility is mechanical. Cloud responsibility is architectural. That distinction is everything. On-prem gives control of the wrong layer. Cloud gives control of the right layer. And that shift unlocks something incredibly valuable. Flexibility. Not theoretical flexibility, not brochure flexibility. Real flexibility, the kind engineers feel every day. Flexibility to test an idea today, not next quarter. Flexibility to scale next week without committee meetings. Flexibility to run blue-green deployments without risking outages. Flexibility to perform chaos tests without begging for spare servers. Flexibility to recover in minutes instead of firefighting hardware at 3 a.m. Flexibility isn't convenience. It's oxygen. And when flexibility becomes normal, something deeper appears. Learning velocity. Because engineering is learning. Modern systems evolve by experimenting. Teams evolve by iterating. Companies survive by improving. Systems that learn faster evolve faster. Teams that learn faster outrun competitors. Companies that learn faster outlive them. That is the quiet truth behind why the cloud wins. Not because it's cheaper, not because it's easier, but because it accelerates learning loops. So when someone says move to the cloud, what they really mean is move from a capital-burdened, logistics-heavy world to an elastic learning environment. Now translate all of that into interview depth. A junior answer to on-prem versus cloud is simply cloud costs less and it scales. A mid-level answer is cloud abstracts hardware and adds flexibility. But a senior answer sounds like this. On-prem gives physical ownership, but drags engineering focus into the mechanical layer. Cloud shifts responsibility upward. From metal to architecture, accelerating learning, reducing operational tax, and letting teams evolve systems faster. It's not a cost decision as much as a learning velocity decision. That answer reveals not just knowledge, but judgment. Interviewers listen for judgment. So what comes next? We've seen how responsibility shifts between on-prem and cloud. Now we go one layer deeper. Because responsibility in the cloud is not absolute. Some things are your job. Some things are the provider's job. And misunderstanding that boundary is where outages, security failures, and painful interviews happen. So next, we unpack the shared responsibility model. Who handles what, and why it matters. End of section 1.1.3.